Namaste. It's Jacci, and we're going to do yoga again together. So take a moment to get the things that you need for your practice. So if you have a yoga mat, you can lie that out on the floor, or if you have a place, just a place on the floor where you're able to lie down and you have enough room to stretch your arms up over your head, you can just simply lie on the floor. That's fine too. And if you have any things like yoga blocks or blankets or just maybe a thick towel to pad your knees, that can be really helpful. So take a moment to get what you need and to shut off your phones and turn off your computers and let yourself have about the next 30, 40 minutes to take care of yourself and do a little some nice breathing and stretching for your body. So we're going to begin by lying down on our back today. So as you're ready, you can come to lie down. And you can take a moment to stretch your arms over your head and just make sure that you have space. Behind you, we'll be doing some movements where you lift the arms up and down over the head. So just get some space, and then just draw the knees into your chest one leg at a time. And begin to move side to side, or you can put your hands on your knees and like you're stirring a pot of soup, you can make some circles with your knees. Just beginning to bring your attention to your body. So what do you notice about your hips or your low back as you rock or sway? And then just we're going to sort of shake off the day. So take a moment, just begin to shake your hands, and you can like flutter kick your feet and just shake off the day. Whatever it is you've done so far today, just shake that all off. And then let your feet come down to the floor. You can keep your knees bent, and we'll let the legs rest with the knees bent for a moment. You may find it's nice to have your feet a little wide and your knees touching. For many people, that's more comfortable for the hips and the back. So take a moment, see where you can situate your legs so they're comfortable, and then bring your hands down by your sides with the palms facing down. And we're going to begin to do some movement, and we're going to try to coordinate our movement with our breathing. So for this part, we'll be breathing in and out through the nose. So as you're ready on your inhale, let your arms lift up over your head to the floor behind you. Spread your fingers. Take the whole in-breath to stretch your arms over your head. And as you exhale, let your arms come down. As the arms float down, pull in your belly. In this position, you can be kind of pushing your low back toward the floor. You can do that again. Inhale, hands up, spread your fingers, a nice stretching, reaching breath. And exhale, arms down, pull the belly in. So if your shoulders aren't real happy with that, you could do this option. You can bend the elbows and straighten them up over your head. And on the exhale, bend your elbows and let them float back down. And if you have some shoulder issues, that may be actually a better option. So you can, either way is fine. So inhale your arms up over your head. Spread your fingers and reach. And exhale your arms down by your sides. And this time, pause when your hands come down. And then pull your knees, again, one at a time, up into your chest. And we're going to do a similar movement with the legs. So please inhale, straighten both legs toward the ceiling. Push your heels up and spread your toes. And just see what you notice in the backs of the legs. And on your exhale, bend your knees. Pull your belly in. And then do that again. Inhale, push your heels up. And you can flex the feet and spread the toes to enhance that stretch. Exhale, bend the knees, lower your arms. And again, inhale, legs up. Let's see what you're noticing. Exhale, bend the knees. So this time, please straighten just your right leg and the opposite arm, left arm over your head at the same time. So right leg and left arm. And on your exhale, bend your knee, lower your arm, pull your belly in. Really slow, smooth. So left leg, right arm as you inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, lower your arms. So we're going to add one more element this time. So inhale, straighten your right leg, lift your left arm over your head. And as you exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm, and turn your head to the
right. And then inhale, bring your head to the center, left leg, right arm. And then exhale, lower your arm, bend your knee, turn your head left. And one more time like that. So roll your head to the center, lift left leg, right arm, inhale. Bend the knee, lower your arm, turn your head right. And then left leg, right arm. You can roll your head to the center as you inhale, reach and lift everything. And then exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm, turn your head left. Now, this time, roll your head to the center and then inhale both legs, both arms, everything up. Big, slow breath, reach up. And then exhale, bend your knees, lower your arms. Do 2 more like that. So inhale everything up. That lengthening feeling on the in-breath. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the arms, pull in your belly. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then you can just lower your feet to the floor and take a moment to notice how that felt. And then stretch your legs out flat. And for this movement, flex your feet. So we're going to bend the ankle and spread the toes. And you may feel the quadriceps working a little bit when you flex your feet, like you're standing up on the floor. And then again with your breath, inhale both arms up over your head, and you can really push through your heels and spread your toes. And as you exhale, bring your arms down, pull your right knee into your chest and give it a hug with your hands. And give that right hip a little hug. On your inhale, stretch your leg back out, bring your arms back up over your head. And then exhale the left knee into your chest, give it a hug with your hands. Stretch out slowly. Can you touch your heel to the floor as your hands touch the floor up over your head? How smoothly can you coordinate the movement? Let's do the right leg again. Exhale, pull the belly in, give it a little hug. And then stretch out and maybe see if everything can touch right at the same time. And then exhale, left knee in. Again, lengthen, reach, maybe touching the floor at the same time. So this time, exhale both knees into your chest. Pull your belly in. So if this hurts your back, you can slide your feet up on the inhale and then stretch back out on your inhale, and you're welcome to slide your heels down the mat if it feels like too much for your back. And then right knee again, and we're going to do a little variation with the right knee. So exhale your knee in, and on the inhale, let your right knee open out to the right side. And on the exhale, pull the navel in and draw that knee up to the center and across your body into a little twist. So move with your belly and your leg. Don't pull it over with your hand. And then inhale back to the center and straighten that right leg toward the ceiling. Flex both feet. Exhale, bend the knee, give it a hug. This time, maybe lift your chest up towards your knee. And then stretch out slowly, lower your head down, bring your arms up over your head as you stretch the right leg out. And then exhale, left knee in, give it a hug with your hands. And then inhale, left knee opens out to the left side. Exhale, the knee toward the center and across to the right, using your belly and your leg, not your arm, to pull you over. Inhale back onto your back, and when the hips are even, straighten that leg toward the ceiling. Flex both feet. Exhale, bend the knee. Use your hands to give it a hug, and if you like, you can lift your chest up here. And then inhale, stretch everything out. So we'll do each side again, but before we do that, both knees into your chest as you exhale. Stretching both legs back out, both arms up on your inhale. Maybe you slide your heels down the mat to protect your back. Okay, and then right knee in again, exhale. Inhale, open right knee out to the right side. Exhale across into the twist, using your leg and your belly to do the turn, not pulling with your arm. Inhale back onto your back. When your hips are level, then straighten your leg and flex both feet. Exhale, bend the knee, give it a hug. Maybe you lift your chest here. Inhale, stretch back out. And all of that to the left side. Exhale, arms down, draw your left knee in, give it a hug. Inhale, open it out to the left side. Exhale, belly in, across into the twist, using your leg and your belly to move, not your pulling with your arm. Inhale back onto your back, and when the hips are level, then straighten the leg and flex both feet. Exhale, bend the knee, give it a hug, and pull, lift your chest if you like. And last one, stretch out on your inhale. Big reaching breath, and then exhale, both knees into your chest. And we're going to hold here and rock like you did at the beginning. So you can rock, and then lower your feet to the floor. Rest your hands on your belly and take just a couple of free breaths to notice how you feel after those movements. Hopefully you don't have pain in your back or anything. So we're going to turn over and come onto hands and knees. So please just roll to one side. Use your hands to push you up. And for the part where we're on hands and knees, if it's helpful for you to pad your knees, go ahead and grab a blanket or a towel or something to put under your knees. And we'll come to the tabletop position. So in this position, we're going to have the joints stacked up so that the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. You can have your hands just slightly wider than your shoulders. So inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. Now exhale, begin to pull the belly in here so that you feel the back round. And then as you fold back, let your elbows touch down, your hips fold toward your heels, and you can bow your head or even touch your forehead down. And then glide back up on your inhale. You can almost pull your hands toward your knees like you're pulling yourself up. Exhale, belly draws in first, and then we round back to child's pose, letting the elbows touch and the head bow. And then inhale up to all fours. So once more, we'll go back on the exhale. And when you get to the in-breath, we're going to lift right leg and left arm. So right leg back behind you and left arm forward, flex the foot. Your eyes can be down on the mat. And then exhale, touch your knee down, your hand down, fold back as smoothly as you can. And then to the other side, left leg, right arm, inhale. Looking down. Pull the belly in, fold down. So each side like that one more time. Right leg, left arm, inhale. And then down on the exhale, fold back, pull your belly in. Left leg, right arm, inhale. Exhale down, pull the belly in and fold back. And then one time, just come up to tabletop, lift your chest and eyes, and fold back on your exhale. I just want to do one with a little symmetry so that the back feels a little more even. And then come up on your inhale to tabletop. And we're going to take the right leg back. And just for a moment, put your toes on the floor. So a couple of things this is helpful for. One is that you can push the heel back and it'll stretch the back of your leg. And it helps us to get a little awareness of the hips. So often when we lift a leg, the hip rolls open. We're going to try to keep that hip level with the other hip. So while that foot is on the floor, now inhale your left arm forward. And just hold on your exhale. Pull in your belly. And now when you inhale, let your foot lift up, your arm lengthen, and try not to lift your hip. Just lengthen everything. Now, on the exhale, pull your belly in and see if you can lower your straight arm and leg down so your toes touch and your fingers touch. And then inhale, lengthen back out. Do that again. Exhale down. It's fine if you only lower a tiny bit. Inhale, lengthen back out. And one more time like that. Exhale, straight arm and leg, lower down. Belly in. And inhale, lengthen. Now, exhale everything down. Put your hand down, put your knee down, fold back. And just with a little symmetry, a couple of times, inhale to tabletop, lift your chest and eyes. Pull your belly in, round back. So one more, see if you can just breathe a little slower. Inhale up. and back. All right, and then we'll do that whole thing to the other side. So come up to tabletop, take the left leg back, and start with the toes on the floor. And you can push the heel back so that hip levels out. Maybe you feel a stretch in the back of that leg. And then inhale your right arm forward. So as you hold on the exhale, you can just look down and pull your belly in. And as you inhale, the foot can float up and the arm can lengthen. Now on the exhale, pull the belly in and lower your hand and your foot down a little bit. Maybe they even touch the floor. And then inhale, lengthen back out. And again, exhale, touch down, pull your belly in. It's fine if you only lower an inch. Inhale, lengthen, lift. One more time, exhale. And one more inhale. No rushing. Exhale all the way down to the floor with your hand and your knee and fold back. Inhale up to all fours and put your elbows down. So this is puppy pose. You can wag your tail, and if you like, you can maybe move your wrists. You can circle them or make a fist and circle the wrists. That's nice. Stretch out your back a little bit. And then push up onto your hands and stand up on your knees. And then a little bit like what we did when we were lying on the floor, we're going to lift the arms up. So you can have the feet flat or tuck the toes under for this movement. Either way is fine. On your inhale, lift your chest and your arms and your eyes. Lengthen up. Little pause right at the top of the breath. Exhale down, pulling in the belly, lowering the eyes. So same as on the floor, the option would be to bend your elbows and lengthen your arms up if that doesn't feel great for your shoulders. And pull your belly in, lower down. It's just an option that recruits some different muscles. So you can try it. Inhale up. Exhale down, belly in. Just one more. How does that movement feel for you? This is called lightning pose. And exhale down, a little stretch for the back. So to stretch out after that little back bend, we're going to come back down to our hands, stacking up the joints again, and then tuck the toes under and we'll push up to downward facing dog. So let your hips lift up. You could start here with a little bend in your knees and push the hands down and really stretch out your legs. Pedal out the legs if you like. All right, we're going to do a little sequence. We're going to incorporate some of the movements we've done so far. So please inhale down to your knees, and we'll start in tabletop for this sequence. Spreading the fingers wide, inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. As you exhale, pull the navel in and let yourself fold gently back to child's pose, letting the head bow, the hips move toward your heels. And then come back up to tabletop on your inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push slowly up to dog pose. And then inhale back down to your knees, lift your chest and eyes. Exhale back to child's pose. And from here, we're going to lift up into lightning pose. So on your inhale, let your chest, your arms, your eyes float all the way up. And take a slow exhale to come all the way back down to the floor into child's pose. And then inhale back up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, pull in the belly, slow trip to downward dog. Inhale to your knees, lift your chest and your eyes. Exhale back to child's pose. And then we get to lift all the way up again. So inhale, lift chest, arms, eyes. Reach up. Exhale all the way down to child's pose, belly in. Inhale, tabletop. We'll do the sequence one more time. Exhale, down dog. Pull in your belly. Inhale, tabletop. Lift your chest and eyes. Exhale, belly in. Fold back. And then inhale up to lightning pose all the way up to the sky. And exhale all the way down to child's pose. And then you can stay in child's pose for a little bit. So for this movement, you may find it helpful to support your head. So you could put something under your forehead. I like just stacking up my fists, especially with this microphone. It helps me not muffle. You can rock. You can be on your elbows too. For some people, that's better. Take a breath and notice. And then please come up to your knees again and stand up on your knees. So we're going to do a little low lunge. So you may enjoy the padding under your knees for this part. So we're going to take the right foot and we're going to step it forward. So when we come forward into this low lunge, we want to keep this knee safe. So when we come forward, the knee should be over your heel. So I'm going to walk my foot forward a little bit. And the back knee should be comfortable. So both, you want to take care of both of them. On your exhale, as you pull back out of the lunge, you could touch the abdomen, get that hugging in feeling. And then inhale, as you come forward, you can let your arms float out, feel your chest expand. How does that feel? And then exhale, pull back and touch your belly, get that hugging in feeling. So we're going to do that again. So inhale, bend your knee, let your hands float out, feel your chest expand. You can kind of push your chest forward. Pull back, exhale, you push through your foot. So same again, but as you inhale forward a little bit, lift your arms up higher like cactus arms. Exhale, pull back, touch your belly. Find that hugging into the abdomen. Do that again. Inhale, chest, arms forward. And then exhale. And this time we're going to try to lift the arms all the way up over our head. So you can see how that goes. So inhale, let your arms float up. Exhale. As you come down, pull your hips back and touch your belly. And again, inhale up. And exhale down and touch your belly. Okay, and then we're going to do one more movement in this lunge. So this is one of the places where a block might be helpful. You could put it beside your front foot. So we're going to come forward and let the hands be on the knee. And see if you can bring so you got your right foot forward, your left hand down. It could be on the floor, that's fine, but maybe a block under your hand. That's good. And then take your other hand out to the side and let the right arm start to float up. And you could just hold the twist like this. You want this knee to stay right over your heel. It does have a tendency to fall out to the side. So try to keep it in and breathe. And then the other option would be to tuck the toes of the back foot and lift your knee up off of the floor. And a couple of breaths here. Good. And then come on down. So put your knee down gently, lower your arm, and just walk that front foot back. Come to tabletop again. So exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up to all fours. Exhale back to child's pose. What do you feel? Inhale up to all fours. And then we'll do the lunge on the other side. So I'm just going to turn around so I'll be facing you when we get to the part where we go down. So we'll have the left foot go forward. And again, we're just going to make sure we're taking care of our knees. So when we shift forward into the lunge, we don't want it to look like this, so your knee is out over your toes. It's just not great for your knee or your ankle. So maybe walk the foot forward. So when you come forward, your knee is right over your heel. And then exhale back and pull your belly in. And then as you come forward, inhale, let your chest open, palms open. And then exhale, hugging in the abdomen. So inhale, feel the chest expand. Maybe you lift your eyes. Exhale. Now this one we're going to lift the arms up higher. So inhale, bend your knee a little bit and let your arms float up. Lift your chest, maybe your eyes. Slowly back, touch your belly. And again, inhale, forward, lift. Exhale, back, touch your belly. Okay, this time we're going to lift the arms all the way up over our head. So inhale, you can push the big toe ball of that front foot down. And exhale, straighten the leg, touch your belly.
One more time. Inhale, bend the knee, lift your arms. Pause at the top even for a second. Exhale down and touch. Good. And then we're going to do the twist. So we're going to try to bring the right hand down. So if you can touch the floor, fine. But again, you could put something under your hand. The blocks have different heights, so you could be up tall if you want. And then when you bring your knee forward, you want it right over your heel. And then we're going to take so this left leg forward and the left arm is going to go up to the sky. What do you feel in this twist? So again, you could stay down with the back knee down, or you could lift the back leg up. Take a couple of breaths in this little twisted lunge. Maybe lift your eyes. So again, try not to let that knee fall out to the side. Keep hugging it toward the midline so your knee is over your heel. And then exhale down. Come back to your tabletop position again. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up to tabletop. Exhale back to child's pose. You could stay in child's pose here if you like. Maybe rocking or resting your head. Or the other option would be to push up to downward dog. For the next part, we're going to come onto our back. So if you'd like to do downward facing dog pose for a few breaths, you can push up. And child's pose is fine. If you want to hold dog pose for a few more breaths, you can come on up. And breathing. And then for the next part, we're going to make our way onto our back. So if you've come to dog pose, you can come on down. And then we're going to lie back down on our back. So once again, once you lie down, you can draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. So it may feel nice to circle your ankles and your wrists a little bit. Or shake it off again. All right, and then if you can put your feet on the floor for a moment and let your arms stretch out to the side with the palms facing down. So if you have a block or pillow or something, put it on your right side. We'll get to it in a little bit. I'm going to put it up above my shoulder. Okay, so palms down, and if you notice where your arms are, you want them a little bit below your shoulders so you're not letting your shoulders creep up. So palms down, kind of grip the floor with your fingertips, and on an exhale, pull your knees into your chest. And let the knees touch, and you can flex your feet again. So inhale, big reaching breath, so the chest expands, the arms get long. Exhale, pull your belly in, and let your knees sway to one side. Let's go right first. Okay, so go right, and maybe just a few inches. And inhale to the center with the knees together. And then exhale to the left, maybe head turned right. And inhale center. So just see how that movement feels for you. So you could keep going, small movement if you like, or you could start to go further, maybe drawing the knees toward the elbow. And then inhale up with the knees touching. And then exhale over, belly in, maybe turn the head right. Inhale up, knees touching. Again, if you're only going a few inches, that's fine. And if it's easier for you to go further over, try to draw your knees closer to the chest, closer to your elbow. And then try to hug the knees together on the inhale as you come up. And exhale. Again, you're welcome to turn the head the other way if it feels okay for you. So inhale, center, and then the next time we go to the right, we're going to stay over there. So here's why the support is here. So if you come over into this twist on the right side, you may want to put something under your knees. So we want the left shoulder, left arm to be safe and comfortable. So if it's way up off of the floor and kind of hanging out in the air, you could raise your knees up so that you can get your shoulder on the floor. And now you can turn that left palm open and maybe rest your right hand on your legs. Take an in-breath. And on your exhale, think about your top leg, your left knee, drawing just slightly closer to the right knee. You might feel that quite a lot in your back, belly in. So again, inhale,
into the chest, left chest, and exhale. Maybe you draw that top knee slightly closer. So even the movement of your knees is very small, but the effect on your back is very large. So be gentle. One more. Inhale, chest. Exhale, top knee just a little closer to the lower knee, belly in. And then hold the twist for a couple more breaths, but just free breath. You can breathe any way you like. See what you notice. If you have pain in your shoulder, you can bring your arm down lower. That can be nice. So when you come to the center, please lift your top leg up first, and then let the other leg come on over, and you can put your feet on the floor and take a moment to scoot things around so they're even. And then we'll twist to the other side, and you can put some support over there. So when we go to the left, we're opening up the right side, and a lot of us are tighter on the right side because we're right-sided people, so let's just be a little extra mindful here. So pull the knees into the chest. You can let your right arm stretch out with the palm up, and then begin to just let the knees go over to the left, and whatever support is helpful so that this right shoulder isn't just like up in the air too much. Take a breath to notice this side. And the next time you inhale, try to breathe more into the right chest. And when you exhale, see if you can just slide your top leg ever so slightly closer to the lower leg, or the knees are more even. They may never get even, it's okay. So another inhale. And exhale. If this is easier for you, you can have your knees on the floor and you can draw the knees closer to your chest, but we're still trying to work them toward even. One more inhale. And exhale. So when your knees are even, then your hips are more even, and this is a little more, just slightly better position for your hips and your low back. And then take a couple of free breaths on this side. And again, if this shoulder is compromised or feels bad, you could lower the arm down more. So one more breath. And then when you come to the inhale, we'll come back. So lift the top leg and then the other leg and come onto your back, and you can situate yourself so your shoulders and hips are even. And then we're going to do a symmetrical movement. So the twists, the lunges, they're asymmetrical, so always nice to follow the asymmetrical poses with some symmetry. We're going to do the bridge pose. If you start with your hands, palms down by your sides, and the feet can be pretty close to the body and the heels right in line with your hip bones. And we're going to not turn the head side to side, so just let your eyes be straight up. And then inhale, push through the heels and lift your hips up off the floor. And then take the whole exhale to just go back down and pull in your belly, especially as your hips touch the floor. And again, take an inhale to lift. And the exhale to lower. So this time we're going to add the arms like we've done several times, lifting the arms up over the head. So as you push through your heels and lift your hips, also lift your arms up over your head to the floor behind you. And then as you begin the exhale, pull your belly in and let your arms float down. Maybe the hands and your hips can touch the floor right at the same time. And again, hips up, arms up. And if it doesn't feel great for your shoulders, you can skip the arms. And slowly down, exhale, belly in. Okay, and this time we're going to lift and hold. So you could lift the hips only or the arms and the hips together. So as you're ready on an inhale, come up. And try not to turn your neck. Hold on the exhale, pull in your belly. And where can you lift or lengthen on the inhale? So maybe the hips float up a little bit or the arms lengthen if they're up over your head. Belly in on the exhale. Again, lifting, lengthening, inhale. Exhale. Can you stay one more breath? Full exhale. So if you're still here, one more lifting inhale, and then let the exhale bring you down. And once you've come down, pull your knees up one at a time towards your chest and massage your back again. So you can rock or sway. And you might enjoy, after that movement, kind of lifting your head up towards your knees. Some people find that really nice. And then lower your head down and your feet to the floor. And once again, you can let the feet be a little bit apart and the knees touching, and you can just rest your hands on your belly. Or maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. See what's nice for you. So either choose one spot to focus your eyes or to close the eyes. And begin to let go of any effort to control your breath. Feel the support of the floor, and if there's any little adjustment that you can make in your body to get more comfortable, you can move your shoulders or your hips or your neck. And then as we shift toward the relaxation part, you can see how you want to support your body. If you're comfortable just lying flat on the floor, you could do that. You could have your arms out to the sides. Just see what's comfortable for you. If you find that it's not so comfortable to have your legs flat, you can keep your knees bent or even put a pillow under the knees or a cushion. Another option is to let your legs rest up on a chair or the sofa. That's especially if you tend to have back pain or issues in your hips, you can rest your legs up, and that's really nice too. So find the position that's good for you. And we're going to take a couple of kind of releasing, letting go breaths. So as you inhale the next time, take a big breath and spread your fingers. And then sigh. And let go. And do one more. Big inhale, spread your fingers. And sigh. So just allowing your body this little bit of time to rest. Give yourself permission to be still and quiet. Enjoy the support of the floor. Just enjoy the movement of your normal breath. And as we shift into this part of our practice, the Shavasana, the relaxation pose, I'll close with a little message, a closing prayer. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease. Just allowing your body to rest and be comfortable. And I strongly encourage you to continue to rest your body for the next 5 minutes or even 10 minutes if you have that much. If you feel anxious or it's hard for you to be still, try staying for 12 breaths. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.